Hey there, welcome back to another video. I am Ramona, and this one's gonna be kind of not really all over the place, but we're incorporating a lot of different things here. Um, Basically, I'm asking people, or people were asked, let's rephrase this, I'm just reading their stories in their own words. What are your dreams in life? What are some hopes and stuff that's secret goals that you may or may not be able to achieve, but maybe if you put them out there, manifesting or whatever, I don't know what people say, but we're going to be going through some of these just for the fun of it. So the first one is their secret hopes and dreams that they may or may not achieve are being debt free. There's probably a lot of people that feel that way. I understand. Not really a secret, but I want to travel the world. One day I want to be able to make enough money to take my parents on vacation to different parts of the world. I want my whole wardrobe to only consist of items that I've made and sustainable clothing items from small businesses. It's pretty cool. Being a sufficiently successful writer. I have pretty simple goals, honestly. Transition, get a apartment with a nice kitchen, cook a lot of good meals, practice art, and maybe get good enough that I can call myself a real artist. Basically, I just want to be happy. I want to make gadgets similar to those the hacksmith makes, and I want to fight crime. This one says, I want to write a novel. I've been writing stories in secret for years, but I've never had the courage to share them. There's a lot of them. Yeah, I can completely understand that one. I'm 15 and I want to become a pilot. Not my dream job or anything, but it's just something I could do and make a lot of money. I don't really have a goal in life, and I was wondering what kind of goals and dreams you all have. I want my own secret conglomerate. I want to be a polyglot, but because I'm tired of life, I just want to be a rich tie-tie. Travel somewhere where I can see an aurora borealis and the Milky Way without any light pollution. Have really cool friends and acquaintances in life. Become a bunny dad. Master the art of dad jokes in at least 6 languages. Become 10 times wiser than I am now. Find love. Have my own comfy hammock. Become great at calligraphy. Build some fun do-it-yourself, custom nerdy tech projects. Die in peace on my own terms. I think that's the gist of it. I've never had a dream job or career. I just want to be paid enough to live comfortably, work from home, have enough freedom, flexibility, and trust with my employers that I can take time away to prioritize myself when I want to. I've had a couple of jobs that meet my criteria in recent years, but haven't yet landed the ideal long-term role that ticks all of my boxes. I just want to live after 30. Not that crazy about dreams, I just want to become a scientist. I want to be a pilot too, just because I love aircrafts and that is my dream. I want to build my own laboratory someday. I'm 16 and have absolutely no idea. At least you're honest. Also, 15, no clue. I guess I'd like to get through the pile of books I've been meaning to read. I don't really have any concrete goals apart from that, despite having many interests. Maybe becoming an archivist. I don't know. I'm the same age and I want to have a job in the sciences or history. I want to learn more about math as well. As of right now, I'm just past sophomore year with a 3.5 or higher. An order of least to most realistic. To rule Earth from the shadows, to eradicate all hatred based on ignorance, to see all the awesome sights this universe has to offer, to become the next Albert Einstein, to write the next Attack on Titan tier piece of literature, to get a wife, to create my own basically sentient AI, work for NASA or the FBI in cybersecurity, and get a nice job in computer programming. Someone else wants to be a freelance author. Affect people positively and to follow God. It would be cool to feel unconditional love just from one person. Don't think that's going to happen, though. I have a lot of dream jobs. Special operations, small business owner, trapper, sailor, gunsmith, Indiana Jones type archaeologist. Ended up being a stonemason. I just LARP for the rest of my spare time. Oh, and to be 18 again. So many opportunities. Get a well-paid job, bought a medium house, maybe in New Zealand, or a cottage in England, and maybe have a partner, and in my wildest dreams, have 2 kids, 4 cats, and 1 dog. I wanted to become a pilot, then once I learned enough about it, I realized that it was really boring. Basically, glorified bus drivers. We need new challenges, and doing the same thing every day just kills your soul. I want to leave a positive impact on the world, so I continue to learn, probably will take college classes on and off my whole life, and I am spending my time trying to restore a monoculture Douglas-free tree farm to a natural and healthy forest, hopefully establishing as old growth before I die, preserving it for future generations. But that's going to take accelerated growth, requiring application of the latest research. Someone else wants to be a researcher and have my own institution. I want a grandiose, self-made purpose, but for now I'm aiming to be a physicist. Someone else wants to have a stable job and decent mental health. In a nutshell, I just want to learn as much as I can about interesting things and do fun things with it or just know it. As for specifics, I want to be a programmer, data analyzer, showrunner, artist, animator, storyboarder, screenwriter, author, veterinarian, zoologist, microbiologist, chemist, and a lot of other things. Nowadays, I find myself having a hard time finding a singular career choice I want to pursue. I also want to customize and build a high-end gaming PC. That will probably stay a dream. I want to be a physicist and help make a significant contribution to our understanding of the universe. I also want to get married. I want to become a monk one day. I want at least 14,000 subscribers on YouTube with Gary's Mod Animations, and hopefully I hit it there. Just get a job on an Antarctic base. That's pretty cool. I don't know that I would want that, but hey, if it's you, do it. So I have a goal to be average in life. I have no interest in being extremely rich or carrying on the family business or living in a mansion or any of that nonsense. I want an average life. I want to have a job that pays enough to allow me to live comfortably. I want an average husband who is good looking enough for my level of attractiveness, but not necessarily model-esque. I want 2 to 3 children. I want to live in a 2-story house with a fence and a yard and cats. And then when I'm older, I want to retire and live in peace and read. I want to be an astronaut. Not possible, though. I'm too tall. I didn't realize there were height requirements. Let's see. I will take a spaceship for tall people. Someone else wants to go to space. To get off the grid, find some land, build a house, get solar panels, water, RV, garden with a few animals. I want to work as little as possible just to make that happen and get by. I totally want to be off the radar. I want to write a fantasy novel. I'd kill to make a living searching, discovering lost shipwrecks with treasures. It's so obscure, anyone that I tell just kind of looks at me funny. Don't know if it'll ever be in the cards for me, though. Be able to accept that people really do like me. I want to be a model. It won't happen, but I can dream. I want to discover something that should have been obvious all along and name it after myself. I want to live in Japan and be a video game designer, marry and have kids. I also wanted to become a manga artist. I can draw that kind of stuff, so why not? Well, then good luck. This was a while ago, so hopefully you're living that dream. I would like to be recognized for my abilities and in turn be placed into a position of authority. Like OP, I don't need money past rent and some small luxuries. I can live in a small house, maybe have a love. But I know I want to work on my own writing, so by the time I'm 30 I can write some awesome fan fiction that is complex and well written, and I want to write beautiful fiction for rare pairings. The same goes for my art. I am a decent artist now, but I want to be even better in the name of fandom. It's actually pretty inspiring to me. I had thought for a long time that I needed to be exceptional in some way in order to have a good, fulfilling life. It's only recently that I realized how silly that is. I want to marry my boyfriend, live on some land, have chickens, cats, and pugs, and just generally be a happy old couple. Well, it's not something I've ever told anyone, but it is something I don't mention often, talk to family or friends very often, both because I'm aware of how unrealistic it is and don't want the empty encouragements or fishing for more details that could come up from my family, etc. But it would be my lifelong dream to be a successful writer. By successful, I don't mean famous or rich, much like your aspirations in this regard. I just want to be able to do writing I can be proud of and make a comfortable living at it. That's all. I have no interest in fame or being rich. Not that it's an entirely bad thing to be rich, I just couldn't live the rich lifestyle. I just want to be comfortable and financially stable. I look at this unrealistic, unlikely goal because I am under no delusions about how the low low the odds of this happening. There are tons of aspiring writers out there who will go their whole life without selling a single thing, let alone enough to live off of, and many of those are more talented than I am. What natural inclination, talent, creativity I have, or may have, towards storytelling are not really enough to get me to be set apart or to make me stand out in any special way. So I realized that the luck necessity in me actually making any real money at it make that dream closer to winning the lottery than it is to an actual plan. Sadly, I'm right there with you. I feel that entirely. I hate to say this and sound cocky, but I think I really am a talented musician. I've been playing music since I was little, piano and trumpet, and moved on to guitar and drums in high school. I started producing my own music and recording other students' music in college as well. I have these sort of visions when I'm driving, looking out over the window, that one day I will be a well-respected musician. I guess I'll have to just keep at it. I want to hop trains and hitchhike, just traveling all over the U.S. Not in a way many will ever experience with no responsibilities. I consider doing it in the future, but it just seems impossible for me for some reason. Secret life aspiration? I always wanted to be a model. I'm too short, and now too old. But there's got to be a market out there for short, older, right? Everyone has to be represented. I want to go to Africa, open a sanctuary for lions and other animals, mostly lions though, and I want to be able to play with them without them tearing my face off. That would be amazing. It makes me tear up just thinking about it. I've always wanted to own the Dallas Cowboys. I wish to travel to the Alps forever with a pack of dogs and occasionally visit some towns. I want to be something great. I want to change the world for the better. I'm too young right now, but I will become a president or other prominent political figure. I am already smarter than most. I don't want a family. I will create an astounding technological wonders. I will write hundreds of fantastical books. I will be an amazing actor, musician, and scholar. I want to own this towel warmer. There's a picture, but I'm not going to show it. My goals in my life involve more of an emphasis on financial security than I would ever have imagined growing up. I never used to care, and I think my parents and friends would be worried. Somebody just wants to eat a hamburger. I really want to be fucking famous. I want people to know who I am. Not for anything bad. I just want to be known. I want to be an escort. I like sex, money, and people, and have a loose moral code. Too bad I'm a fatty pants. I want to be a psychologist or psychiatrist. It's not exactly a secret, and I do not try to bring it up because I fear it will only reaffirm how unstable and mentally disordered I am. I want to join the Peace Corps or some other organization and die helping people. I have a particular call to be in Africa and plan on that being my first site. Someone else wants to divorce their wife. I want to write a book that will be turned into a movie. Oh, and meet Neil Patrick Harris in the cast of How I Met Your Mother. I would love to be a farmer. I lived in the suburbs the first 13 years of my life, then moved to the country and eventually fell in love with it. But then I moved back to the city. I would love to go back to the country and farm. I love it there. Even just to go out in the middle of nowhere and just live, raise some crops, few head of livestock, build a small house. It smells great. Move out of the U.S. to the coast of Spain, open a small shop, and find a nice Spanish girl and write. I want to be a penguin and slide on my tummy all day. Not at all an aspiration, but a daydream I definitely wouldn't mind happening. Dating a StarCraft 2 pro gamer. I really would like to be a pro MMA fighter. Fact is, I've never been in a fight my entire life. I'm just an average-sized dude with 2 kids and another on the way. I'm in my mid-20s now, so it's not like I couldn't get into great fighting shape in a few years, but I still think I'm way too late in the game, as there are 17 or 18-year-olds out there that would beat the piss out of me. Never going to happen, though, and I'm okay with it. As a musician, I've always wanted to marry another musician and will make music and tour the countryside and make musical babies. Unrealistic? I wish I could have a ship. I don't care what kind. Sea ship is reasonable and realistic. Starship would be amazing, but impossible right now. Just large enough to have a living space equivalent to a slightly larger than average apartment. Enough room for a couple and a kid. I want to just explore, go everywhere and anywhere, and see and learn new things. I would spend the rest of my life traveling and learning everywhere I went. Realistic? Not too dissimilar to the OP, I want a house of my own design that is just large enough for a small family, couple with 2 kids. I want enough land to have a small garden for food, a garden for pleasure and aesthetics. A job that I don't hate, with enough money to live a quiet and comfortable life, with perhaps one simple vacation a year. I would love to retire, to be able to work on small projects and go back to school. I want to learn as much as possible and build neat little things, like a trebuchet or an intricate and visually appealing irrigation system for the gardens. That's actually pretty nice. I like that one. I want almost the same thing. I want to find a husband that I love and respect, who loves and respects me. I want children and grandchildren, except I'd like enough money to travel all around the world. I want to retire in a nice cottage in the Scottish countryside with tons of books and no worries. And maybe while I work, I could start writing a novel. I want to become very financially secure. Then one day I get a call from my parents or sister asking to move into my house because they've fallen on hard times. I'll let them move in with me, of course, but from then on, they'll know I won. I always wanted to be a race car driver. I play 5 instruments, but my bass is my main bitch. I can sit in my chair for hours playing that thing. It's honestly the only thing I really enjoy doing that could potentially turn a profit. If I could just make a living wage doing it for a living, I would drop everything and go do it. I'd play indie, folk, punk, metal, jazz, funk, or R&B. I don't really care. I just love for that. I would love for that to be a possibility. And I wouldn't give a shit about making a ton of money or being famous, although having a nice fan base would be pretty cool. Although I'm pretty sure it's out of the reach for me, and a lot of people would probably laugh at me if I told them. That would make me truly, completely happy for the first time in my entire life. Someone else just wants to save the world. That's no small thing. I want to change the solar system. I want to completely revolutionize not only spaceflight, but everyone's perception of space and science. I have to. Firstly, I want to make a career out of my art. My dream job would be a concept artist for video games, creating characters, building entire worlds, designing armor and weaponry. I do that anyway, but getting paid for it would be just the icing on the cake. Unfortunately, I'm aware it probably won't happen. Not because of the quality of my art, but because it's so hard to make a break in the industry. I'd be better off financially striving for something more realistic and stable, which is the plan, but there will always be a part of me that would regret not going for my dreams. Secondly, I want to spend the rest of my life with the person I love. I'm 15. I've been dating almost half a year, and I'm well aware that it's ridiculous for our age. What makes it more unrealistic is that we're each other's first everything. I'm well aware that people change no matter how old they are, and I'm well aware that people fall in and out of love their entire lives. But here's the thing. We didn't get together because we wanted a high school fling. We got together because we wanted to try for keeps, despite societal norms telling us that we'd be lucky if we lasted a year. But neither of us is going to let that stop us from trying. He isn't just my high school boyfriend. He's my best friend. He's my partner. He's my comrade, my support, my number one fan, my muse, my companion, my shoulder to cry and laugh on. He's my family, and I'm sure by the standards of crazy, stupid love, he would even be my soulmate. Above all, though, he makes me happy, and I'd be a miserable idiot to let a true cat like him be the one that got away. I want to be a spokesperson or representative for a charity group and work with Disney to throw benefit concerts, actually. They'd have songs from Disney classic Renaissance era movies in different languages and show tolerance of different cultures. It's so out of my reach and way off the path from what I am doing now, but it's nice to think of. I want to go to Panama. People think I'm crazy because I got into the school I wanted and everything. Part of me gets the urge to just get up and move to Panama. I might do it later in life. Someone else wants to build a robot empire. I really don't care about college. All I want to do is get married young and become a housewife. I want to be the perfect housewife. Adopt kids and animals, have a side job so people don't say I'm mooching off my husband. Have a nice house in the city so I'll never have to drive again because traffic scares me. That's about it. But for now, I'd have to pretend I'm enjoying my business degree and that I want my own kids and job. Ugh. I know this is extremely childish, but I want to be able to fly with actual superpowers. That way, movie directors and producers will want me because I can do awesome stunts. I'd be famous and known as the Flying Girl. I have flying dreams more than once a week, and wherever I go, it is an amazing place. I imagine how much more amazing it would be if I could fly above it. I went to the beach last week and imagined myself flying over the waves like Daedalus and Icarus. I'm only 19. Well, there you go. There are some hopes and dreams that may or may not come true. Maybe they have. Some of the thread is a little bit older, so hopefully, some of those people have achieved that thing. If you'd like, leave a comment. Tell me what your hopes and dreams are. Tell the rest of the people there what the hopes and dreams are, whether they're realistic or not. That's okay. Anyway, thank you for listening. And I'll talk to you later. Go check out another video if you'd like. And see you next time. Bye. Hey, Ramona here. I am going to shamelessly self-promote here a little bit. In case you knows, I've got some stuff over on Amazon.com, some projects, novels, coloring books, some other stuff. The one I'm talking about right now is called My Memory Book. It's mostly for kids. I mean, I guess you could do it if you want to, but so that your kid can have a record, a memory book to record things throughout their life, because I found this out with my kid. He's like, well, what was my favorite color when I was a kid, and what songs did I like, what shows did I like? So I created this little book, and it's very colorful. It's small, but you know, it's got things like my full name is, and the year I was born, the day I was born. I like to watch my favorite programs and movies and the characters I like best, and it's a way for them to grow up, and you don't have to fill it all out at once. It's kind of like you're supposed to do it over the years. My thought was, every birthday go through and do a little bit. My first teacher was named. When I get older, I think I might like to be that kind of thing. Um, just a cute little way, fun little way for them to interact, and you can have your own little memory book. Get one for each kid or whatever, and just a way for them to learn. And as it goes on, the questions get a little more developed. They're not super developed at the beginning, but and you can put pictures in, you can do all kinds of stuff. My first job, stuff about school, stuff about music, your future dreams, that kind of stuff. But anyway, if you're interested, go look it up on Amazon.com. It's called My Memory Book. Good for kids of all ages, but mostly little kids, because you want to have them remember things later on. Anyway, thanks, and talk to you later. Bye.